Today, we have a question from Vijeta. Vijeta said, how to respond to people who bully and standing up versus letting go. So that's the conflict here. She said, I'm in a complete mess. I was going amazing on my path when suddenly few comments from someone triggered me. Okay, first let's pause over here. We have this tendency, this notion we believe that things on the spiritual path must be just smooth. I should never get triggered. I should never fall for anything. Everything should just go perfectly. All circumstances, situations, no one will ever say anything bad to me. Nothing bad will ever happen to me. This is incorrect. All those things that happen to you, that you don't want happening to you, are your path. And you getting triggered, you feeling remorse, sadness, anxiety, fear, resistance, all of that these things reveal to you from within you are your path. They are what you need to work on. So just wanted to state that before we go any deeper with this question. Don't resist the path. This is the path. So you said, please note that the comments that this person made were about how blackish my face is looking. I get these recurrent comments from this one person, and one fine day, I lost track of how I'm supposed to respond and responded my heart out. I have to understand from you how to react to such people who pull you down in front of 20-odd people and then victimize their own selves. Silence cannot be an answer here because in that way, I am giving a message to my child that bullying is okay. Please help. Is standing up for oneself better than letting go? And you said, please note that since last 5 days, I have been practicing in my head as to how I should have responded to her and how I will respond when that person says something now. You see, when you're on this spiritual path, trying to discover the truth of yourself, you have to stop caring so much about what happens to you personally. You have to stop caring about what you lose. You have to stop caring so much about what you have to gain. You have to stop caring so much about how other people perceive you. You have to stop caring so much about what other people say to you. All these gains and losses and getting triggered and all these things people are doing to you and saying to you and all these situations that are happening to you, rather than them, it's important how they make you feel within yourself. The emotions, the thoughts that they trigger within yourself. That is your area of self-observation. So instead of resisting these bullies and instead of resisting these situations, first and foremost, you have to learn to feel a sense of gratitude towards them that they are revealing to you all that needs to be let go of. You are sensitive about your appearance. You are insecure about your appearance. That is why someone's remark has triggered this in you. Being insecure and sensitive is not wrong. However, it is something we must look at. We are all insensitive. We are all sensitive about our appearance. We are all insecure about our appearance. We are all insecure about our personal qualities and personal things. That is the personal state. And these are the situations that allow us to actually bring these things to light and recognize that we need not resist them. We need not run away from them. We need not deny them and fight them, but rather just, if this trigger has come up, allow it to be. Now you see, this is where you're getting the practice incorrect. When in the practice of acceptance, you're learning to observe yourself without judgment. So this trigger that has arisen, this of insecurity or resistance or anger because this person has said something, you have to learn to observe that without judgment. Not what this person has said. Forget the other person. I'm not interested in the other person, but your own self. You have to learn to observe your own feelings, your own sensations without judgment, without story. That's first and foremost. Now, let's say you are in the heat of the battle and someone has said this to you and there are other people around and that situation requires a response. Now, I can tell you that if you respond unconsciously from reaction, from that anger, from that insecurity, you will create pain for yourself and the other person and everybody involved. That's something you have to start to observe and notice in your life. And you have to want to outgrow that tendency. Based on how you feel, you are always creating pain for yourself and others. You have to want to transcend that. You have to stop settling for that, because that will make you isolate yourself in your life by constantly reacting to people and situations and based on the anger and the resentment that is within you. You have to want to outgrow that through observing how much pain it creates in your own life. Now, but in that moment, in the heat of that moment, this response is required, right? If in that moment you do your best to observe rather than just react, then I'm telling you, the response that needs to arise will arise. Whether that be just disregarding this person who is bullying you or standing up for yourself. Whatever is needed for that situation will arise. And you will notice how when you're not coming from a place of anger or reaction, you're coming from power. You're coming from truth. And truth can be firm sometimes. It doesn't need to always be just, oh, walk all over me. That's not the case. That is also just another egoic state. Oh, walk all over me. I'm nothing. Sometimes, as long as you are coming from acceptance, you are coming from observation, then you have to trust that from that, a deeper intelligence is at play, and what needs to happen will happen. So I don't say practice acceptance, and don't stand up for yourself. I say practice acceptance, and from that, whatever happens is what should happen. Sometimes it will be totally just disengaging and disregarding from whatever triggered you. Sometimes you will need to defend yourself and stand up for yourself. And you will do that without making a problem out of it and without creating pain for yourself or others. It won't be coming from an emotional outlashing. It will be coming from control. It will be coming from order. It will be coming from power. Okay? But with that, you have to get good in learning to observe these triggers. And that can only happen, one, through a consistent practice of meditation. As you said at the bottom of your note, I have been practicing for the past 5 days how I should have said and responded. It shows that you're compulsively thinking. You are lost in past. You are lost in thoughts. So with this, you need to create a consistent meditation practice twice per day for 20 to 30 minutes each. I can tell you exactly what to practice and what to do. I'll link it down below and I'll talk about it at the end of the video. But you need to have that practice established. Otherwise, you won't have the capacity in those heated moments when a response is required. You won't have the capacity to not act from a reaction. You will just go with it. In order to not act from reaction, there must be a space within you. You must be growing in self-awareness. Only then does one, these things don't trigger you as much. And two, when you do find a trigger arising, you're able to observe rather than react as it from it. So meditation practice is a must. And two, you do have to learn to now look at your personal life as an avenue through which all that is unconscious within you will arise. Spiritual practice is not, oh, nothing ever arises again and life is just joyful and pretty. Actually, the spiritual path is full of all these ups and downs, all these feelings and occurrences. And they are your path to transcend this conditioning. So life is no longer just merely about what I can gain for my personal self and what I can avoid losing. It's no longer about just the contents of experience. It is about using all these experiences for spiritual growth. And when you are really sure of that, and when you're prioritizing spiritual growth, you will not resist such occurrences or people. They will be as they are, and you will use them for your practice. So go ahead and implement that advice. And only by you really embodying this teaching, you will send a wonderful message to your child. Not even by necessarily telling them something or making them do something, but just in who you are, in the energy you embody, you will be of your presence itself will be beneficial to your child. Okay. So in regards to the meditation practice, I'm doing a free mini course right now. I link it down below. It is attached to my support group. It is free to excuse me. It is free to join. The moment you join that group, you get access to the course as well. It will teach you exactly what to practice, how to do it, and whatnot. So if you haven't joined that yet, please go ahead and do so. And you can over there interact with all of us, the community that is off of this channel. And you can also submit questions to me for future videos. So I hope that helps you. That resource is wonderful. If you would like to work with me privately though, and you want more personal help, learn more about my School of Awakening. It is a day-by-day meditation program that also helps you with this. I hope this video added great value to you. I will see you next time.